everyone, so today's video we will be learning how to make a sunscreen lotion or sunscreen cream of SPF 30. So I will also tell you how to boost the SPF 30 to SPF 50 more than that. So here is the ingredient list. Everything is mentioned like phase A, phase B and phase C. Phase A is water phase, phase B is oil phase and phase C is cool down phase. So now let's get started. So I'm making a 100 ml batch. It's a sample batch. So here in a bowl I am taking distilled water. Okay, so I am taking like 61.5% of distilled water. And next thing, for my gelling agent, for gelling purpose of this formulation, I will be using vegetable glycerin and xanthan gum soft or clear. You can use Epimax Gen also. So I will be taking xanthan gum soft 0.5% and I will mix it with vegetable glycerin, that is 8%. Okay, and also vegetable glycerin will act as a humectant for our sunscreen lotion or cream. So here first I will be mixing it both. Why I am doing this? Because it will be easier for me to mix the xanthan gum into distilled water and it will give a gelling effect to our formulation. Okay, so that's the reason we don't want something heavy on our skin. So that's the reason I'm using a gelling agent in our sunscreen. Okay, so here you can see that I'm just stirring it until it becomes clear, and now I will be adding little bit of distilled water from that bowl, and it becomes very easy to pour this mixture into distilled water. Otherwise there will be some residue left in the bowl and it is a wastage of ingredients. So that's the reason I am just mixing it with distilled water, and the mixture I will add it to rest of my distilled water. So now again I will mix it with the water and I will stir it with a stirring rod. Now you can see the distilled water has become a little thickness has come, and it's looking like a jelly kind of a consistency. So now we will be adding our vitamins, that is hyaluronic acid solution. You can see that I have poured it in a bottle. I have already make a video on this, how to make a hyaluronic acid solution, and on that video I already told that you will be seeing how I will be using this solution in our formulation. It makes very easy to use this solution, but not for every formulation. Okay, so I am just adding like 10% of hyaluronic acid. It will give a hydration to our skin, because hydration is very important. Next I will be adding niacinamide. So here I am just mixing niacinamide 3% with the mixture of water phase, and then I will keep it aside. We need to heat this. So I will move on to our oil phase. So now again I am taking a bowl, and into this I will be adding almond oil 2% and apricot kernel oil 3%. And the thing is, like I have already mentioned in the ingredient list, that you can customize your oils percentage, anything. You can take apricot kernel oil 2%, you can take almond oil 3%. It will be according to your preference, and try to use light oil even for dry skin also, because you will use under sun. So here you can see that 2 waxes I am taking, and that is Lotion Pro 165, because this is a very light wax. So I will be using Lotion Pro 165 and cetyl alcohol for hardening and thickening the cream, but it will not become a very thick cream. So here I am taking 4% of Lotion Pro 165 and cetyl alcohol 0.5% only. So now this 2 phase I have to heat under like double boiler. Okay, so until it become it melted down and become a liquid one. So after that we will be blending both this phase. So now you can see I have already melted my butter and waxes, my oils and waxes, and also I heated this distilled water and the gelling xanthan gum, everything. So now I'm going to add the water phase into the oil phase, and first I will mix it with a hand whisker. You can directly use immersion blender to blend this. Okay, so you can see that it is blending with the oil phase, the water phase, and then I will use immersion blender to blend this, and you will see a whitish creamy texture. But you need to eventually blend it, because you need to cool it down for some time, and then again you have to use a immersion blender to blend that. So here you can see after using the immersion blender, you can see the consistency totally change and it becomes a whitish color lotion type. Okay, so now it is still in a liquid form. It will thicken up a little bit more once it cools down. So it is now in a room temperature, so I will be using my cool down phase ingredients. That is the main ingredient of sunscreen I will be using is Suncat D 2%. So for 2% you can go up to like SPF of 30, and if you are using Suncat D 6% or more than that, you can go up to SPF 50 or above. So here you can see the Suncat D. It is in a creamy base. So I am going to add 2%. I am just using a watch glass for this. It is quite easier for me to weigh it out. So I am using it, and I am just adding it to our sunscreen lotion in cool down phase only, and then I am mixing it with a spatula. Then I will be adding vitamin E oil. Here I am taking a hydrolyzed wheat protein. You can take a oat protein also. So I am taking, because as I am making it for a dry skin, so I am using wheat protein. You can use oat protein, or you can use any other like silk amino acid also. You can, if you want a silky velvety feeling, but oat protein is fine. So I'm taking oat protein 1%, vitamin E 1%, and also I will be using cyclopen saxolin 1%, mint essential oil 0.5%, because mint gives a very cooling sensation, and I really like the cooling sensation when I'm using a sunscreen. It gives a very cooling effect in our skin, so that's the reason I'm using mint essential oil. Then preservative 1%, and lavender oil is a very good complement the sunscreen, so I'm using lavender oil essential oil 1%. Now again I will mix everything. So now you can see when it's becoming little more thick. Okay, so try to use a pump bottle for this, try to use a squeeze bottle for this, so it will be easier to use. So now you can bottle it down, and because it will become a little more thick, so I will keep it overnight, and I will show you how it looks in the morning when it completely cools down. Okay. So morning you can see it becomes so good consistency. It's a perfect consistency for a sunscreen lotion cream. So now you can just use a squeeze bottle or a lotion bottle to use this and sell it. And now I'm just showing you the application. I have just used it on my hand, and you can see there is a no white cast. You can see it's blending so well into the skin, and it's absorbed so well into the skin. So it's perfect for summer. Do try it and let me know if you have any doubt.